SneakerCon is happening this weekend at the Santa Clara Convention Center, but one popular item that you might see there besides sneakers is hats. Joining me now to discuss the hat culture is the Community Engagement Manager from Hat Club, Benjamin Christensen. Benjamin, thanks so much for joining us today.
Olivia, it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun, as you can tell, on today's show.
I mean, I got to follow finesse. That's not going to be an easy task, so appreciate that.
I have confidence in you. I definitely have confidence in you. And as you can tell, he's still behind the scenes in studio. But I have to ask, first of all, break down to our viewers, what is SneakerCon? So
SneakerCon is a sneaker convention, hence the con. Going to be at Santa Clara Convention Center Saturday and Sunday, 12 to 7. Hats are a bit unconventional to be there, but there's going to be a lot of shoe traders, shoe vendors, et cetera, et cetera. And of course, with the hat and sneaker pairing, why we got to be there.
Exactly. And the hat culture is actually very big, especially at SneakerCon, but a lot of people probably don't even realize that. Why is hat culture so big?
It really blew up during COVID. You know, rest in peace, everybody, and sorry to say that, but because everybody was stuck at home doing a lot of Zoom calls and stuff, so no haircuts were getting done, hats became a bit of a collector's item, and you know, gotta hide, you know, what's going on underneath a little bit. And for whatever reason, Hat Club just kind of took off from there, just because we were still the ones that were creating all these crazy colorways and storylines and such like that. And so couldn't be more blessed about that.
And what's really unique about the Bay Area specifically, when it comes to Hat Club, it's actually a big area who buys a lot of hats. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. And then a lot of people don't know this because we're a company that's based out of Arizona. The very first Hat Club in California was down at Ceremony Mall back in 2000. So we've actually had a good foothold within the Bay Area for, what, 23 years now? So.
And why? Why specifically the Bay Area? Is it the sports? Is it just
home of the champions? More specifically the Oakland A's, then a little bit more in the San Francisco Giants, even though the Giants have had the A's number the last couple of years. But of course, 49ers, Raiders came, went, you know, whatever they want to do. Golden State Warriors. I'm an Indiana Pacers fan, but I have to give a shout out to Draymond, of course, you know, multi-champion right there.
Wonderful. Now, when it comes to Hat Club specifically, break it down to me who you guys are and what you provide.
Yeah, so the company was founded in 1992 by former NBA legend Danny Ainge. The Stasher brothers, who currently own the company, came on the early 2000s. But no, just a strong foothold. We've got 8 stores left in the country right now. We had 25 at one point, but you know, nothing wrong with reduction and reorganizing. But we do a lot of pop-up events, hence why we're at SneakerCon this weekend. We were just in Seattle for the All-Star Game this last weekend, but a very strong online presence between our website, Instagram, Twitter, etc. I'm the voice of Twitter, so I talk to everybody, literally.
Is it funny? Do you got a little?
I try to be. I get a little snarky from times. Thankfully, I've got cool enough bosses who will allow me to give a little bit of, you know, flack back to the customers when they ask kind of weird questions. So.
Well, that's all good things. And you mentioned a few sports teams here in the Bay Area, but what are some of the most popular buys for Hat Club?
I would say, based on what we got here, Oakland A's have been doing a little bit better on account of, you know, the Oakland A's situation. We don't have to talk about that.
Sore subject.
Very sore subject, especially for me. But San Francisco Giants, always a hot seller, as much as I begrudgingly say that. But realistically, everybody here loves them. Warriors do well. Dodgers, always a big favorite. New York Yankees, the best-selling hat and hat logo in the world, because, you know, let's go back to Jay-Z. I can make a Yankee hat more famous than a Yankee can, and realistically, it's shown in the fashion world, in the movie world, etc. So
that's pretty cool. I like all those little details too. And when it comes to the hat culture in general, I know you said a lot of people, especially at SneakerCon, enjoy the hat, the sneaker combo. But what other aspects of hat culture are there out there that people might not understand?
Collectability and then the resale market. So this is where, you know, the shoes kind of come into the void there. So a lot of sneaker resellers out there, but then hats have become a lot more exclusive. So we do limited runs and everything like that. So the trading aspect of things, the reselling aspect of things, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but at the same time, people got to make their money, and I can respect that.
And when it comes to SneakerCon, let's talk a little bit more specifically about the event. Like you said, it's happening this weekend, Saturday and Sunday in Santa Clara. What specifically will you guys be doing there, and how can people come check you out over there?
So we'll have a retail setup. We'll have more hats than what is actually here. There's about 8 or 9 different surprises that we can't talk about and show on TV yet because, hey,
it's a surprise.
It is a surprise. I'll be running the dice game, talking with everybody, just kind of promoting the hat culture and the love of hats of everybody. Something I'm passionate about, so.
That's something I love that. Okay, and what is the vibe when people go over to SneakerCon? What do people enjoy most over there, besides the sneakers?
Besides the sneakers, no, I think the variety of hats that we bring and the fact that I'm always at every event. And everybody knows I'm a very high energy person, as you are kind of experiencing right now.
Which is a great thing.
Absolutely. But it just has more to do with the fact that we have a shared love of hats and the hat culture. And so being able to talk to everybody one-on-one, trading stories, talking sports, whatever we want to kind of do with that, I absolutely love it. So that's what they can look forward to.
They can definitely look forward to that. Now, before I let you go, I do have to ask you, Benjamin, what do you hope that people take away from coming and visiting you guys at SneakerCon, or just in general, when people come to Hat Club?
Really, the biggest thing is we're a bunch of nerds who love sports and we love hats. And so for anybody who maybe seems a little shy about that, hey, come talk to us. We're very relatable on that front. But then more importantly, the way that hats have, transitioned within the fashion realm, there's something for everybody. So slide on through, we'll have a great time, have a good chat or two, maybe even a hug. Hugs happen on occasion.
Hugs happen on occasion. I like hugs, everybody. But before I let you go, if I had to wear one of these, which one do you think would look good on host of Live in the Bay?
I would say based on what you're wearing right now.
Yes. Give me your best shot. Come on.
It's going to seem kind of weird, but I would go with this Pittsburgh Pirates here.
Really?
Just because of the red blend that's right there.
Okay, so we got this one.
I feel like the gray is going to kind of like tune out a little bit more, but at least the white's going to pop a little bit better. Fine, take that.
So Giants, right? Okay, there we go, right?
I hate to admit that. I'm going to get flack for that later because I gave you a Giants hat. Normally, I would say this one just on account of the fact that, hey.
How about I hold up both of them because we love and support both teams.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody. If you'd like to learn more about SneakerCon and Hat Club, we'll have all the links on our website at liveinthebay.tv.